Raise your hand if you think Bitcoin is going to 65K in the next coming week. Raise your hand if you think Bitcoin is heading to 20K in the next coming weeks. Alright, we're going to find out in this video who is correct. Hey guys, welcome back to another video where we analyze the price of Bitcoin and try to determine some good trading opportunities for ourselves. Today I am going to be analyzing the Bitcoin chart for you guys, and hopefully we can see which direction Bitcoin is heading in the next coming weeks. Okay, so I have actually done this analysis earlier before filming this video, and I noticed there's two patterns that has been forming on the Bitcoin chart here for the past few weeks now, and this is a pattern that is not good. It's not a good sign for Bitcoin. So let's start out by looking at the bigger time frame, such as the 1 month. Okay, we're going to look at 1 month time frame. Here it is. So this is the 1 month time frame right now that we're looking at, and can you guess what pattern has been formed here right now? Like, what pattern are you noticing? Okay, if you said double top, then you are correct. That is the pattern that I also noticed here on the 1 month time frame, is a double top pattern, and you can know that by looking at these two here. This is the first top, and then this is the second top. So these two here makes this a double top pattern. It's like a M. Okay, now a double top pattern being formed on the monthly chart is a bad sign, because this is a bearish chart pattern. Okay, it is a bearish chart pattern, and usually this means that the price is heading down. Okay, in order for that to happen, it needs to break the neckline. So the neckline is right here where I have drawn this red line here. Okay, so right now Bitcoin is heading towards this neckline. Now after the double top has been formed, the next thing that is usually expected is for the neckline to be broken, and if that neckline gets broken, this means that Bitcoin could be heading all the way to the next support, which is found at around 20,000. Guys, this is what's happening. So that's what I am seeing here on the monthly time frame. There's a high chance that Bitcoin is heading to 20,000 or even lower. I've been seeing a lot of people thinking otherwise. A lot of people are thinking that Bitcoin is going to retrace and head back to the all-time high, but based on the pattern that is being formed on the monthly time frame, it is very unlikely that we're going to see Bitcoin at 70K anytime soon. Okay, right now it looks like it is heading towards this neckline, and once this neckline gets broken, we are going all the way to 20,000. This is what I am seeing on the monthly time frame. Now let's head over to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, there is another bearish chart pattern that has been formed on this time frame. Again, not a good sign for Bitcoin, and this pattern is actually the head and shoulders. Head and shoulder is another bearish pattern. It's actually a reversal pattern. It means that after having this uptrend that we've been having for a while, the trend is about to reverse. We are right now currently at the beginning of a downtrend on the weekly time frame, and this is proven based on the head and shoulder patterns that has been formed. If you don't know what a head and shoulder is, I'm going to show you here. Okay, so this is basically what a head and shoulder pattern looks like. So we have the left shoulder here, and then the head is usually the peak that is higher than the left shoulder, and then we have the right shoulder here, which is usually lower than the peak and sometimes could be lower than the left shoulder. And then we have the neckline right here, which is the support. And what is expected of a head and shoulder is that eventually the price has to break this neckline here. Once that happens, the price is going to drop significantly. Okay, so look at this chart here very good and compare it to the Bitcoin chart on this weekly time frame. Tell me that you see something similar. Just look at it. Okay, so on the Bitcoin chart here, this, hold on, so on the Bitcoin chart here, this would be considered the left shoulder, okay, and then this is considered the head. Now the thing that hasn't been formed yet is actually the right shoulder, okay, but it is in the process of getting formed. Now if you look at this chart here, in order for the right shoulder to be formed, obviously the price has to go back up, right? It has to go back up to at least this high over here. It has to go back up to at least this high. So this would be like around 50k, 53k. Okay, so Bitcoin is actually going to go to 50k. It has to go to 50k. So this is telling us that there's a chance that Bitcoin is heading to 50k. However, once it gets to 50k, 53k, I would say that is a major resistance, and from that moment it will get rejected and come back down to this neckline here at 31k, 30k, and then once it breaks this neckline, Bitcoin is heading all the way to 20,000, which is where the next big support is. This is the pattern that I am seeing here on the weekly time frame, a bearish pattern, head and shoulder, and then on the monthly time frame we have the double top, which is another bearish pattern. Now what does this mean, guys? Should you sell all your Bitcoin and just forget about crypto? No, that is not what it means. This is a great opportunity for you to actually buy more Bitcoin. Okay, if it's heading down to 20k, just think about the amount of money you can invest in crypto. Like, think about the amount of Bitcoin you can buy. You know, when it was at 60k, that was a high price, right? A lot of people was thinking that, oh, Bitcoin is too expensive now. But if there's a chance that it's going back to 20k, this is going to give you the opportunity to buy more of it. So do not see Bitcoin going to 20k as a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. The market has been overbought for a while now on the weekly time frame. So this has to happen. It has to retrace. Okay, it's part of the cycle. It's part of the cycle. The market is never going to just keep going up. It has to eventually retrace, go back down before it can start going back up to a new all-time high. So I see this as one of the greatest opportunity for us to be able to invest into crypto, into Bitcoin. And if this happens with Bitcoin, if Bitcoin goes to 20k, think about the altcoins. A lot of altcoins are actually going to lose a lot of value, which is also another great buying opportunity for us. So I would load up on a lot of altcoins when this happens. They're going to be dirt cheap, and then eventually Bitcoin is going to start heading back up. Okay, once it finds support at 20k, it will start heading back up. Like, that's the ultimate bottom, I believe. Okay, these patterns here, they have to come to fulfillment. Okay, they have to come to fulfillment. That's what I am seeing right now. And right now I want you guys to know this. Just because you see Bitcoin go to 50K, don't get hyped up. Don't get hyped up that, oh, Bitcoin is back to an uptrend. I know there's going to be a lot of people that will come out and start saying all kinds of things that Bitcoin is back, it's back. But hey, based on this pattern, this is not what I'm seeing. I'm actually seeing the opposite, okay? This is on the bigger time frame. Now, let's take a look at the smaller time frame, okay? We're going to look at the daily time frame and see what's happening. Let me delete this. Okay, so on the daily time frame, we have been in a downtrend for the past month now. We've been in a downtrend. The highest that Bitcoin went was here. You know, we were here. That was the top of our uptrend. You know, it was here at 69,000. Once we hit 69,000, we just started dropping like crazy. We just kept dropping, and Bitcoin has not seemed to have found support yet. It has not found support. You know, it found support here at 46,000. It tried to hold it there for many days. However, it failed, and now it broke that support and then headed all the way to the next support, which was at, let me make this bigger for you guys, which was at 42,000. okay, this was the next big support, and Bitcoin did try to hold it here for a few days. However, once again, it fell through that support. It broke it. Okay, it broke that support. Now you can see there's actually two support here that we have on the daily time frame. So we had the vertical support, which is this yellow line here, and then we also had the horizontal support, which is the purple box here that I drew. Now this was a strong support. These two, the vertical and the horizontal, were two strong support for Bitcoin. However, Bitcoin couldn't hold that support any longer, and it ended up breaking that support here. As you can see here, it broke it, and since then we've been out of that vertical support line. We're also underneath the horizontal support line. So as you can see here, Bitcoin is actually trying to head back up, but it's not being very successful. If I zoom it a little bit closer, let's look at the 4-hour time frame to look more into it. So I actually saw a pattern here, a rising wedge pattern that was being formed here on the 4-hour time frame. You can actually notice it more on the 1-hour time frame and the 30 minutes time frame. Anyways, this rising wedge that being formed here on the 4-hour time frame is actually a bearish pattern as well, because since we are in a downtrend, okay, here in the 4-hour time frame, we've been in the downtrend. Whenever you see a rising wedge being formed when we are in a downtrend already, usually that is a continuation pattern. So it means that it's only going up just for a little while. Eventually it's going to continue this downtrend, okay? And in order for that to happen, this rising wedge needs to be broken. This is exactly what's happening right now. As you can see here, we have actually broken this rising wedge pattern here on this 4-hour time frame. There's 9 minutes left. You can see here 9 minutes and 30 seconds left for this candle to be closed. Now, since we have broken this rising wedge pattern, I see that Bitcoin is heading towards the next support, which is like around 31K, 30K. This is where it's heading, okay, because it broke this rising wedge pattern. This is what's happening, guys. So this is a good time trading. If you're a day trader like me, this is a great time to short Bitcoin. Okay, short it because it is going down. Okay, and you can short Bitcoin on Binance. This is where I also use Bybit. Those are the two places you can long and short Bitcoin. So great shorting opportunity right now. So since it has broken this pattern here, you know, once this candle closes, it have to go retest it. So this is now going to become a resistance. this purple line here. It used to be support, but now it's going to become resistance. So it's going to go retest it, and I would short it when it goes retest it. Okay, when you see that it's heading towards this line here, you can go and place your short and then ride it all the way to 33k. Or if you want to take on more risk, then go ahead and ride it all the way to like 30k, 31k. But I would say it's safer to just take your profit around 33k. So for those who said that Bitcoin is heading to 20k, you were right. You are right, it is heading to 20k. Based on these chart patterns that we've just analyzed today, we can comfortably say that Bitcoin is heading to 20k. Yes, we might see it head to 50k and 53k soon. However, just know that 53k is a big resistance, and Bitcoin will get rejected at around that level, and once that happens, it is heading down to 20k. Okay, so that's it for this video. It's a little bit longer than I wanted it to be, but I hope that you found some value into this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up to let the YouTube algorithm share it with more people. Also, if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, feel free to subscribe. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys once again for watching this video. I hope you have an amazing day. See you on the next video.